this is the day it all begins. So I'm in Helston now. I've just caught a bus from Penzance to Helston and I changed to get a bus to Lizard due in about a quarter of an hour, and had a great night's sleep last night. Woken up by the pouring rain about 4 o'clock, just before 4. So I went in for a takeaway tea at this newsagent here, and Julia, who owns the shop, sat me down, kept me in the warmer shop. It's cold outside, and then she put a hand in the till and gave me a tenner, £10 for the charity. How cool was that? So a big thanks to Julia from JJ News in Helston, Cornwall. Bus along shortly, and yeah, feeling good. Lots of self-doubt last night, but ready to fire now, and fingers crossed everything goes well. So here I am at Lizard Point. It's 4th of June, it's 10:06 AM, and this is where the journey begins. Hoping to reach Land's End in maybe 3 days' time. Start walking from Land's End, and hopefully John O'Groats in about 2 months' time, 9-10 weeks. So big thanks to everyone back home in New Zealand for all the support and messages. Amazing, really appreciate it. But poured down this morning. I was dreading getting up this morning. Slept really well last night until about 4 o'clock when the heavens opened. But fortunately, the skies have cleared and there's a lot of blue sky in the direction where I'm heading. So fingers crossed it's subsided for the rest of the day. So here we go, the journey begins. I'm going to call this day -3. I think we'll start the day count from Land's End, but I really wanted to start from Lizard Point because it's the most southerly point of the United Kingdom. I read a really good book, well maybe I made a mistake reading the book, by Patrick Davis called Where Skylarks Sing, and he made the point that this is the most southerly point, and once you've read that you can't really unread it, so I knew I had to start from here. So day -3 begins here. Well, I guess this is where the journey begins. Leaving Lizard Point. Over here now. Feel good. Very nervous last night. Still a lot of self-doubt, but body feels good, and the weather's improved dramatically. Here we go. I've only been walking 10-15 minutes, and I'll come around the corner to see this absolutely beautiful scenery here. I'm going to have to be careful here. If I keep turning the video on for everything, I'm going to end up with probably hours of video. So it's just so neat around here. Yeah, great start, and a nice little flat part to go ahead with me. But I understand once I reach Kynance Cove, which is 2.5 miles away, which is probably 4k, is it, from Lizard Point, then it gets a bit tougher. So we'll see how that goes. Around to Kynance Cove, just 2.5 miles away from Lizard Point. Tide was forgiving. I didn't have to take the high route. I used to go over the low sand. We're just going around a bit of a bend now. I think this is the point where I start to turn more westward, and I'm guessing that's tomorrow, or maybe part of today as well, and then round the corner there towards Land's End, heading north from that corner sometime tomorrow or the next day. Nothing but blue skies ahead. I think it's Mullion Cove that I've just passed through. Had a great little sandwich. Stopped off for lunch. It's about 2 o'clock, I think. And just stopped off and applied my first lot of sun lotion for the walk. Sat down on this little bench in memory of this poor little fella. A century and a quarter ago. I think this is called Church Cove or Cathedral Cove. A pretty challenging looking golf course there too. Mind you, I find golf challenging at the best of times. These are the sort of signs I'm looking out for. And it's not always obvious actually which is the route. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 like just now. Poldu Cove, I was there probably an hour or so ago, or maybe a bit less than that, and I'm heading in the opposite direction. That's quite nice here though. That was my walking sticks banging on the floor as I dropped them. So just coming over the rise now, and Porthleven comes into view. So this place called Loebar, 2 words, it's in between. A little settlement there. It's Porthleven. I had planned to stop there tonight, but it's quite early, so we'll just see how things pan out. Very good actually. I'm going to stop for some tea. It's about 4ish. Let's see how this plays out. So this is Loebar, Loe space BAR. Sounds like it's a tragedy there just over 200 years ago. I bet this can get pretty wild sometimes around here. It's an unusual sort of geographical feature. Let's see if the water stretches back there further. Still making the way across Loebar, and some unusual looking trees there. They've taken some hammering over the years. This was so close up, especially with some storms in the area. So I'm walking the dog over there. Not too far from Porthleven now, probably just over a kilometre. It's about 20 past 4 from there. It's been hard walking on this sand. It's one of those situations where you feel like you make 2 steps forward and 1 step back all the time. Still almost at the end. Across Loebar quite comfortably. And there's the view from where I've come from today. And a little bit beyond as well. There's the points past that furthest cliff. Just arriving in Porthleven. It's very typical of all the other Cornish villages I've seen today. Right by the coast. Haven't sorted accommodation out yet. It's about 20 to 5. Got a few options, I think. We'll see how it goes. A little bit quirky. Just caught sight of a reflection of myself in the window there. Oh dear. The second cliff looking far more distant now. Come a long way from it. Definitely a little bit of a theme going on regarding lives lost at sea. A couple of tragedies marked there. It's not hard to see why with such a rugged coastline. Yeah. So I've actually pushed on from Porthleven, and I'm going to get absolutely slaughtered for this. I can picture 2 people in particular, John and Neil, who are going to say, yeah, you never had any intention of stopping at Porthleven, but you know, there's still 3 hours till sunset, and it just seemed the right thing to do. So yeah, we'll just go for another few Ks and then look for a bit of a camp spot, and then see what we can do. There's a little sign there saying no camping. I just passed as well, so we'll see how that works out. Nice view of Porthleven, which I left about 45 minutes ago, maybe 2.5 Ks, 3 Ks away. A little bit of a cooler breeze breaking up now. Only passed 1 guy in this section since I left Porthleven. It was about 6ish, and it's a beautiful evening. A few clouds around. I'm guessing these are remnants of the old coal mines, which were plentiful in days gone by, a century plus ago, around Cornish parts. just suddenly appeared around the corner. It was amazing. So we can just see the second cliff, just very close to the furthest cliff. And the furthest cliff I think is very close to where Lizard is. Lizard's just round that side. And we can see how far we've come today. A long way. Porthleven about 4 k's away. And the little tin mine I showed before. I put my head around the other side. There's this field. It's on a bit of a lean, on a bit of a hill. There's a couple of flat bits. I'm just going to lay low for a half hour or so before I set my tent up and see if I can just stay here for the night. So it's about 8:05 in the evening, about 4 k's, I think, west or maybe northwest of Porthleven, and just where we found the little field I mentioned before, this is where I've pitched tent. There we go. Really successful day. I'm really happy with the way today's gone. It's so good to get going. I've just been having so much self-doubt before I got started today, and did about 27 k's today, which is good. It's a good start. And the highlight of the day, Julia at JJ News Agents, who donated $10, the first donation on the actual trail itself. That was really cool. Then I met a couple, Jonathan and his wife, from Lichfield in Staffordshire. That was really neat too. But a big shout out to Tony Glentworth at Track Me Adventure in Christchurch, who notified me earlier today that they weren't charging me for the Track Me, where you can follow my whereabouts as I head north. A good day, and I think I've got a fairly secluded spot. I don't think I'm going to be found out, so it's going to be an early night, and I think I'll sleep well tonight. And that was day number 1 from Lizard.